Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to climb the ladder of success effortlessly while others, no matter how hard they try, seem to be stuck in the same spot? It's easy to feel like success is a secret only a select few know. But what if I told you that success isn't about luck, talent, or even being in the right place at the right time? It's about following a clear and proven path, a path that anyone can take. This path is built on the 7 pillars of personal success. Through this story, we're going to walk that path together. You'll learn the principles that have empowered countless people to reach their full potential and how you can apply them in your own life, no matter where you are right now. From vision to resilience, from focus to purpose, these pillars are waiting for you to build your success upon them. So, are you ready to take the first step toward the life you've always wanted? Let's get started. The beginning of the journey. Our story begins with a young man named Daniel, a person very much like you and me. He wasn't particularly special in the eyes of others. He was just another face in the crowd. But inside, Daniel harbored big dreams. He wanted to make something of himself, to live a life that mattered. The problem was, no matter how hard he worked, how many self-help books he read, or how many seminars he attended, success still seemed to elude him. Daniel was frustrated. He'd tried everything, and yet he felt like he was spinning his wheels. One evening, while taking a long walk to clear his mind, he stumbled upon an old man sitting by a fountain in the park. This man, known to some as the mentor, was wise beyond his years. He had lived a life full of successes and failures, each one teaching him something invaluable. Daniel, feeling like he had nothing to lose, sat next to the mentor and asked the question that had been burning inside him for years. Why is success so hard? Why do some people make it look so easy, while others struggle their entire lives and never seem to get anywhere? The mentor smiled knowingly. He had heard this question many times before. In a calm, measured voice, he said, "Success is not hard, Daniel. It only seems hard because people don't understand what it truly is. They chase after wealth, fame, and status, believing those things will bring them success. But success isn't about those things. It's about living a life that's aligned with your values, your purpose, and your potential. Success is built on 7 pillars, and if you master them, you'll not only find success, you'll create it, step by step." Intrigued, Daniel asked the mentor to explain these pillars, and so their journey began. Over the course of several weeks, Daniel would walk with the mentor, each day learning a new pillar and seeing the impact it could have on his life. Here are the 7 pillars of personal success, as taught by the mentor. Pillar 1, vision, the power of seeing beyond. The first lesson the mentor taught Daniel was about vision. They were standing at the edge of a wide open field when the mentor pointed out toward the horizon and said, "Do you see that line where the sky meets the earth? That's your vision, Daniel. It's where you're going, but it's not where you are now." Success begins with the ability to see beyond your current circumstances and imagine a future that excites and inspires you. The mentor explained that most people go through life without a clear vision. They react to whatever happens to them, letting circumstances dictate their path. But those who are truly successful are different. They create their future by first imagining it and then working every day to make that vision a reality. Vision is like the compass that guides your life, the mentor said. Without it, you're lost. No matter how fast you're moving, you won't know where you're going. Daniel realized that while he had always dreamed of success, he had never taken the time to clearly define what success meant to him. He had vague goals, things like, "I want to be rich," or "I want to be happy," but he had never painted a vivid picture of what his ideal life looked like. The mentor encouraged Daniel to spend time reflecting on his deepest desires and to create a vision board, a collection of images, words, and symbols that represented the life he wanted to create. Daniel spent the next several days cutting out pictures from magazines, writing down quotes that inspired him, and arranging them on a large piece of cardboard. As he did, something incredible began to happen. His dreams, which had once seemed distant and abstract, began to feel real and attainable. When you have a clear vision, the mentor said, you can begin to take action with purpose. You stop drifting through life and start moving in the direction of your dreams. The clearer your vision, the more motivated you'll be to make it a reality. Vision is the foundation of all personal success. It gives you something to strive for, something to anchor your efforts and decisions. Without vision, you're like a ship without a rudder, adrift at the mercy of the tides. But with a clear, compelling vision, you have the power to steer your life in the direction you want to go. Daniel's vision became his guiding light, and with it, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. He was no longer just working for the sake of working. He was working toward a future that inspired him. Pillar 2, Discipline, the art of consistent action. After helping Daniel clarify his vision, the mentor introduced him to the second pillar, discipline. They were walking through a lush forest when the mentor suddenly stopped and pointed to a small stream that ran through the trees. "Do you see that stream?" the mentor asked. "Notice how it flows steadily, carving its path through the rocks and the earth. It doesn't rush, it doesn't pause. It moves consistently day after day, and over time, it transforms the landscape. That's what discipline does for you. It's the steady, consistent action that moves you toward your vision." Daniel thought about how many times he had started something, whether it was a new project, a fitness routine, or a personal goal, only to give up after a few weeks. He realized that his lack of discipline had been a major reason why he hadn't made much progress in his life. The mentor explained that discipline is the bridge between your vision and your reality. It's the small, daily actions that add up over time to create success. Most people underestimate the power of consistency because they want instant results. But real success is built on the foundation of steady, incremental progress. The mentor shared the story of a famous marathon runner who, when asked how he managed to win so many races, replied simply, "I put one foot in front of the other every single day. That was the secret. Small, consistent steps taken over a long period of time." Daniel nodded, realizing that discipline wasn't about making grand gestures or dramatic changes. It was about showing up every day, even when he didn't feel like it, and doing the work. He began to understand that success wasn't something that happened overnight. It was something that was earned through discipline and persistence. The mentor gave Daniel an assignment. For the next month, he was to choose one small habit that aligned with his vision and practice it every day, no matter what. Daniel chose to wake up early and spend the first hour of his day working on his personal development. At first, it was difficult, but as the days turned into weeks, the habit became ingrained in his routine. He began to see progress, not just in the habit itself, but in his overall sense of control and accomplishment. "Discipline is like a muscle," the mentor said. "The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And as it grows stronger, you'll find that things you once thought were impossible become within your reach." Daniel learned that discipline was the key to unlocking his potential. It wasn't enough to have a vision. He needed to back it up with consistent action. Day by day, step by step, he was building the life he wanted. Pillar 3, Resilience. Bouncing back, stronger. As their journey continued, Daniel and the mentor came across a steep, rocky mountain path. The climb was difficult, and several times Daniel slipped on the loose stones. Each time he fell, he grew more frustrated, questioning whether he was capable of reaching the top. Sensing Daniel's frustration, the mentor paused and turned to him. "This is where the third pillar comes in. Resilience," the mentor said. "No matter how disciplined you are, no matter how clear your vision, you will face obstacles. Life will knock you down, and success doesn't come to those who avoid failure. It comes to those who know how to get back up." Resilience, the mentor explained, is the ability to recover from setbacks and keep moving forward. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about using failure as a stepping stone toward success. The people who achieve the greatest success are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail, learn, and keep going. Daniel thought back to the many times he had given up after facing a setback. Each time he failed, he had taken it as a sign that he wasn't good enough, that success wasn't meant for him. But now he realized that failure was a necessary part of the process. The mentor shared the story of Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. Edison failed thousands of times before finally finding a design that worked. When asked about his failures, Edison famously replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's success wasn't just the result of his intelligence or creativity. It was the result of his resilience. He refused to let failure define him. Instead, he saw each setback as an opportunity to learn and grow. Daniel realized that he needed to change the way he thought about failure. Instead of seeing it as the end of the road, he needed to see it as a detour, a chance to course correct and try again. Resilience wasn't about being perfect. It was about bouncing back stronger after every fall. As they climbed higher up the mountain, Daniel began to feel a sense of empowerment. Each time he stumbled, he reminded himself that this was part of the journey. The more resilient he became, the less daunting the obstacles seemed. The third pillar became clear. Resilience is the key to overcoming adversity. Success isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. Before we dive into the next chapter, we have noticed that 72% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support our channel by hitting the subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Pillar 4. Focus. Directing your energy with purpose. After reaching the top of the mountain, Daniel and the mentor descended into a bustling city. The streets were crowded with people, cars honked loudly, and bright billboards flashed advertisements in every direction. The noise and chaos were overwhelming, and Daniel found it difficult to concentrate on anything for more than a few seconds. The mentor, noticing Daniel's distraction, introduced the fourth pillar. Focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, the mentor said. Most people live in a constant state of reaction, pulled in 1,000 different directions by their phones, their jobs, and their responsibilities. But success requires focus, the ability to direct your energy toward what truly matters and block out the rest. The mentor explained that focus is like the lens of a camera. When the lens is clear and pointed at the right subject, the picture is sharp and vivid. But when the lens is cloudy or aimed at too many things at once, the picture becomes blurred. Daniel realized that his lack of focus had been one of the reasons he hadn't made much progress in his life. He had always been easily distracted, chasing after shiny new opportunities while neglecting the goals that mattered most to him. Focus is about saying no to distractions, the mentor said. It's about setting priorities and committing your time and energy to the things that align with your vision. The more focused you are, the faster you'll move toward your goals. The mentor gave Daniel a challenge. For 1 week, he was to choose just one goal and focus all his energy on it, eliminating any distractions that didn't support that goal. Daniel decided to focus on his personal development, specifically his morning routine. He turned off his phone during his morning hours, stopped checking social media, and spent his time reading, writing, and reflecting. By the end of the week, Daniel was amazed at how much progress he had made. His mind felt clearer, his energy was more focused, and he was more productive than he had been in months. The fourth pillar was revealed. Focus is the force multiplier that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. When you direct your energy with purpose, you can achieve far more than you ever thought possible. Pillar 5. Growth. The commitment to lifelong learning. After leaving the city, Daniel and the mentor arrived at a serene garden filled with vibrant flowers, tall trees, and a clear stream running through the center. The air was calm, and the sound of birds chirping created a peaceful atmosphere. This garden, the mentor said, represents the fifth pillar of success, growth. Just as these plants continue to grow and thrive, so too must you commit to lifelong learning and personal development. The mentor explained that success is not a destination. It's a journey of continuous growth. People who stop growing, who believe they've learned all they need to know, quickly become stagnant. But those who embrace a mindset of growth, who are always looking for ways to improve, are the ones who continue to thrive. Daniel realized that one of his biggest mistakes had been thinking that he could reach a point where he had made it, where he no longer needed to learn or grow. But the truth was, there was always more to learn, more to explore, and more to achieve. The most successful people are not the ones who know the most, the mentor said, but the ones who are willing to keep learning, adapting, and evolving. They understand that personal growth is the fuel for long-term success. The mentor encouraged Daniel to adopt a growth mindset, the belief that his abilities, intelligence, and talents could be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. He explained that with a growth mindset, failure becomes an opportunity to learn, and challenges become stepping stones to improvement. Daniel made a commitment to himself. He would never stop learning. He would seek out new experiences, challenge himself, and always strive to become better than he was the day before. He began reading more books, attending workshops, and surrounding himself with people who inspired him to grow. The fifth pillar bloomed. Growth is the key to unlocking your full potential. The more you invest in your own development, the more you will achieve. Pillar 6, relationships, the power of connection. Their journey continued, and soon Daniel and the mentor reached the shore of a calm, tranquil lake. The water reflected the sky like a mirror, and the surrounding trees swayed gently in the breeze. The sixth pillar of success, the mentor said, is relationships. No one achieves success alone. The connections you build, the people you surround yourself with, and the support you give and receive are all essential to your journey. The mentor explained that strong relationships are the foundation of personal and professional success. People who cultivate meaningful connections based on trust, respect, and mutual support are able to achieve far more than those who try to go it alone. Daniel thought about his relationships. He realized that he had often been too focused on his own goals and ambitions to truly invest in the people around him. He had taken relationships for granted, assuming that success was something he had to achieve on his own. But the mentor's words made him see things differently. He began to understand that true success is built on a network of positive, supportive relationships. By surrounding himself with people who uplifted and inspired him, he could achieve far more than he ever could alone. The mentor shared the story of a great leader who had achieved remarkable success, not because of his individual talent, but because he had built a strong team around him. This leader knew how to inspire others, how to create an environment of trust and collaboration, and how to build meaningful connections that lasted. Daniel made a commitment to invest in his relationships, both personally and professionally. He sought out mentors, built a strong team, and offered his support to others along the way. The sixth pillar rippled through the lake. Success is a collaborative effort. The relationships you build will determine the quality and sustainability of your success. Pillar 7. Purpose, the why behind it all. As their journey neared its end, the mentor led Daniel to the top of a hill overlooking the vast landscape they had traveled through. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the fields, forests, and mountains. It was a moment of reflection, a moment to take in all that had been learned. The final pillar of success, the mentor said, is purpose. Without purpose, all the success in the world will feel hollow. Purpose is the reason you do what you do, the why that drives you forward. The mentor explained that purpose is the cornerstone of personal success. It gives meaning to your vision, your discipline, your resilience, and your growth. When you have a clear sense of purpose, you are driven by something greater than yourself. You are not just chasing material success or external validation. You are working towards something that aligns with your core values and brings fulfillment to your life. Daniel reflected on his journey. He realized that while he had always wanted success, he had never taken the time to ask himself why. What was his true purpose? What did he want to contribute to the world? What would make his success meaningful? The mentor shared the story of a man who had achieved incredible wealth and fame, only to find that it left him feeling empty. It was only when he discovered his deeper purpose, helping others and making a positive impact, that he found true fulfillment. Daniel understood now that purpose is the ultimate driver of success. It's what gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough, the motivation to work hard, and the satisfaction of knowing that your efforts matter. Standing on that hill with the world stretched out before him, Daniel felt a deep sense of clarity. He knew his purpose, and he knew that everything he had learned along the journey, the vision, the discipline, the resilience, the focus, the growth, the relationships, was in service of that purpose. The final pillar illuminated the horizon. Purpose is the reason behind your success. Without it, success is meaningless. But with it, every achievement becomes a stepping stone toward a life of true fulfillment. Conclusion: the journey to success. As the sun set, Daniel looked back on the journey he had taken with the mentor. Each step had revealed a new pillar, a new truth about what it means to be successful. He realized now that success is not a destination. It is a way of living, a process of continuous growth, learning, and contribution. The 7 pillars of personal success had transformed Daniel's understanding of what it takes to achieve his dreams. He knew that the journey was just beginning, but he was no longer afraid of the challenges ahead. Armed with vision, discipline, resilience, focus, growth, relationships, and purpose, he was ready to create the life he had always dreamed of. And so, as Daniel set out on his path, he knew one thing for certain. Success is not something that happens to you. It is something you create, step by step, pillar by pillar.